The question says about computing the polar moment of inertia for the unsymmetrical I-section. So unsymmetrical, by that I mean the top flange and the bottom flange are not in the same size. That is why it is referred as unsymmetrical I-section. Now, first is that we need to compute the areas for each of these. Let me copy this image. So there are three areas in the I-section. Area number 1, 2 and 3. Let's write this as number 1. This will be number 2 and this is area number 3. Now let's compute here. The dimensions are in mm. Now let's compute the areas. Serial number 1, 2 and 3, and areas. Area number 1 is 80 into 12, which is 960 mm square. Next area would be 128 into 12, and that is equal to 1536 mm square. And the next area is 120 into 10, that is 1200 mm square. And the image, the figure is having the symmetry about y-axis. So if that is the case, then x bar will be 0. About y-axis, then x bar will be straight away 0. So x coordinate will be 0 as it is assumed on y-axis, and y coordinate we need to measure. So for the first it will be 12 by 2, and if we consider it from the base, then the distance from the base up till here will be 12 by 2 plus 128 plus 10, and that is equal to 138 plus 6, 144. Next is area number 2. For area number 2, it would be 10 plus 128 by 2. 10 plus 128 by 2, which is 74. Same way, area number 3, that is the bottom rectangle, it would be 10 by 2 straight away, that is 5. Now next is the computation of moment of inertia. So Ixx and Iyy. We would prefer to compute firstly the centroidal moment of inertia.
Now let's calculate the centroid. X bar will be 0 as it has got the symmetry about y-axis, and y bar needs to be calculated. So y bar is given by a1y1 plus a2y2 plus a3y3 divided by summation of areas, that is a1 plus a2 plus a3. So a1 was 960 and y1 is 144. Next a2 is 1536 and y2 is 74 plus a3 is 1200 and y3 is 5. Now summation of areas, that is 960 plus 1536 plus 1200. Upon calculation, y bar will be equal to 69.78 millimeters. Now the computation of centroidal moment of inertia, or moment of inertia about the centroidal axis in the x direction as well as in the y direction. So first I'll be writing Ixx bar, next would be Iyy bar. So dimensions of area number 1 is 80 by 12. So 80 by 12 whole divided by 12. 80 into 12 divided by 12. So I have to copy the same thing even for y as well. 80 into 12 divided by 12. And for area 2, height is 128 and the thickness is 12. So that's 128 into 12 divided by 12. Next is 128 into 12 divided by 12. Next, for area 3, it will be 120 into 10 divided by 12. 120 into 10 divided by 12. Now I need to write the moment of inertia about the centroidal x-axis for the area 1. So the dimension which is perpendicular to x-axis needs to be raised with the power 3. So here in the area 1, you are finding 12 in vertical direction and 12 is perpendicular to the x-axis. So if that is the case, then this has to be expressed as 80 into 12 cube by 12. Next, in the second case, 128 into 12, the dimension perpendicular to x-axis is 128. So 128 should be raised with the power 3. Same way, in the area 3, 10 mm is perpendicular to x-axis. So that way, 10 should be raised with the power 3. Now, in the next case, that is moment of inertia about the y-axis. So in that case, the dimension that is perpendicular to y-axis should be raised with the power 3. So for the first area, 80 is the dimension, for the second 12 is the dimension, and for the third 120 is the dimension. That has to be raised with the power 3. So first it is 80, second one it is 12, and third one it is 120. Now we need to calculate moment of inertia about the centroidal x-axis and centroidal y-axis for the entire y-section. So as x bar is 0 and x is 0, so if we calculate moment of inertia about centroidal y-axis, it is Iyy is equal to Iyy bar plus a times of x minus x bar whole square. Now we are finding that x bar is 0 and all the x coordinates for area 1, 2 and 3 is 0. So now the term a into x minus x bar whole square will cancel out. In short, the centroidal moment of inertia about the y-axis that is passing through the entire I-section will be the same. I mean that y-axis which is common to area 1, area 2 and area 3, it will be the same. So here for y direction, the shifting process is not needed as it has got the symmetry about y-axis. So Iyy bar and Iyy both will be same. So this will be summation of all these inertias, that is 80 cube into 12 by 12, 128 into 12 cube by 12, 120 cube into 10 by 12. So let me write it over here. 80 into 12 cube, 80 cube into 12 by 12. Next is 128 into 12 cube divided by 12. Last one is 120 cube into 10 divided by 12. So now if we add all these upon calculation, the value comes out to be as 1.979 into 10 power 6 mm power 4. This will be the moment of inertia for the I-section for y-axis passing through it. Now next is computation of moment of inertia for the x-axis. X-axis, centroidal x-axis. Centroidal x-axis, we are finding it at a distance of 69.78 from the base or from the bigger flange. So if that is the case, this becomes the centroidal y-axis, x-axis for the entire I-section. So this is 69.78 mm, and y-axis is exactly passing through the eye center. This is centroidal y-axis for the entire eye section. Now, for this Ixx, that is centroidal axis part of the entire eye section, that I need to calculate. So this will be expressed as 80 into 12 cube divided by 12 plus area will be 960 into, so let me write the formula first of all. Ixx is equal to Ixx bar, that is moment of inertia about the centroidal axis, plus area into perpendicular distance between the centroidal axis of entire eye section and the centroid of the individual areas, that is y minus y bar, or y bar minus y if you write it. Nothing wrong in that, as it is squared, so the negative sign influence will be not there. Now, so y bar is 69.78 and y is 144. So 69.78 minus 144 I need to write. Minus 144. This will be Ixx for the area number 1. This term is actually referring to shifting. Okay. Parallel axis theorem, that is used as that is the extension, or that is the application of parallel axis theorem. Now the same thing has to be done for the area number 2. Area number 2 centroidal moment of inertia is 128 cube by into 12 divided by 12 plus area is 1536 into y bar is 69.78 minus y is 74 whole square. Next, for the area number 3, it would be Ixx bar, that is 120 into 10 cube divided by 12 plus area would be 1200 into 16.78 minus y is 5 whole square. So now we have to sum up all these all these values in order to get the moment of inertia. So let me just write the moment of inertia of all of the entire eye section in this box. This, upon calculation, if we sum up all these, it comes out as 12.46 into 10 power 6 mm power 4. This is Ixx. Iyy we have computed, and polar moment of inertia is summation of Ixx and Iyy by, that is Ixx plus Iyy. So 10 power 6 is common to both. This is 12.46 plus 1.979 into 10 power 6 mm power 4. This, upon summation, it will be a value closer to 12 point or 14.5, 14.439 into 10 power 6 mm power 4. So this is how the moment of inertia can be calculated for unsymmetrical I section.